Hey guys, we're back for more. It is day 4 of the Ultimate Better Butt Challenge. We have 50 per side single leg hip thrust and 20 side clams. So a little bit more on technique today, really working on the hip hinge on one leg and really targeting where's the stopping point on a sideline clam before we start going into any hyperextension of the low back. So with that said, let's go ahead and find your bench or chair. Set yourself up where the base of your shoulder blades is at the edge. If you don't have something like that, then you can always do a one leg bridge with your back on the floor. So, setting myself up, bottom of my shoulder blades at the bottom of my bench. I'm going to bridge myself up. Now, 2 feet starting down on the ground for now. I'm not in a posterior tilt, okay? Just enough for my hips are thrusted up. I can feel my glutes contracted. Now, I'm going to keep hands by side. Make sure toes are 12 o'clock for the most part, knees stacked over ankles. And then I'm going to lift up one leg. Now, as I come back down, notice how my knee now is not over my ankle. It's at an angle, 45 degree. Okay, so I'm going to keep my left leg up the entire time in at 90 degrees. I am hinging at the hips. So there's no movement done with this left leg. It is just merely in the air. And I am primarily working, I am only working my right glute, okay? So we are going to do 2 sets of 25. So go ahead and find your position, thrust the hips, fire that right glute, raise that left leg. We hinge, touch, come up, 1. So now, if this is too much and you don't feel it in the butt, you're gonna put your left toe box down and parallel to your right heel. This is called a V stance. It's a little bit of an assisted stance for you to still work just that right side, but you have a little bit of help from the left. Not allowing your hips to rotate. So this is 9. There's 10. I'm going to pick that leg back up. 1, 2. Remember, every time we thrust up, boom, knee right over that ankle. There's 4. Sometimes create that crease in the hips. 15, 16, keep that chin tucked. Remember, it's only from sternum down to pelvis. 18, 19, 20. Oh, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and last one, hold up. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Wow. All right, other side. Find that 45-degree angle. Find that crease in the hips. Make sure bottom of the shoulder blades aligned. Knee stacked to the ankle, bridge on up. Raise that leg. Drop it down. 2, 3, 4. There's nothing wrong with periodically allowing yourself to rest at the bottom, reset. Going in a nice controlled tempo. Really feeling that butt cheek squeeze. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Wow. So definitely when I start to get tired on my left, I tend to hike my hip out. It's the side I carry my kids on. I really got to push down a little bit more with my big toe on the left. Really kind of engage a little bit more my inner thigh on the left. Kind of really just make sure my knee doesn't start diving out. When I start getting tired in my glute max, I'll start to compensate and use my abductors in order to continue going up. So little tiny things to watch for. Now, your side clam. Side clam. So you can do this banded, a little bit more beginner. We have a band around the legs and below the knees. You're in a flexed 90-degree angle. So my legs are not straight back in a straight line. I've created a 90-degree angle from the upper thoracic to the hips. Beginner level can be a banded clam here. But for us today, for 20 total, I'm going to, as I come up, I'm not thrusting my hip forward so that I'm in a straight line. I'm going to maintain this 90-degree angle the entire time. I'm just going to lift my hips up. Now, as my hips come up, my top leg abducts as well. Yeah? So, it's not always about how high you go, but you should feel, without letting this leg flip forward to the chest and it's not driving straight back, you're going to the point where you feel outer glute top leg, but you're also using that bottom hip as well. This is where we're hitting that outer glute, okay? So 20 total, one side. You ready? Here we go. 1. Every time, come right back down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Change side. Let's just say 10 first round. Just our first week, just getting basics. So, align yourself, make your 90s. Bring those legs in front. First one's practice. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. So, should have felt that in the outer glutes. Second set, you ready? 25, one leg hip thrusts. Then we'll go back to those side lying clamps. So with this first week, really just focusing on technique. We're not going for muscle fatigue or failure. Keep an eye out for signs when you start to compensate, when you start getting tired, because the rep numbers are going to continue to go up. All right, you ready? Sit yourself up, below the bottom shoulders, shoulder blades, hips up, fire the butt, feet 12, raise that left leg, hinge down, thrust up, 1. So, remember it is a thrust. So, from sternum to pelvis is the only area moving. 4, 5, all the toe if you need to, 6, 7, especially if you're not feeling it above. 8. Keep the chin tucked. Nothing moves from sternum to head. There's 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold up last. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest. Wow. Jeez Louise. Been a long time since we've done these. Wow. All right, you ready? Fire. Thrust. Lift. And let's go for it. Ready? 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, that's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Wow. Release. So I started sliding as well as coming up and down. So definitely make sure as you keep going with your reps that the tops of your shoulder don't start coming to the edge of your sofa, because then you're going to start using your spine and your low back to do it. And that's starting to creep into bad mechanics. All right, sideline clam, set yourself up, 90 in the hips, no shrugging. You're ready? Hold that top leg, 10. We hold for 5 seconds at the top, at the end. Ready? So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Last one, hold up, hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and rest. Now, if I were to hyperextend, I can let that leg come up even higher, but I would be arching my low back. So it's a little bit of dialing and editing. So if I just bring myself down a little bit more and focus on just where's that stopping point where I feel my butt contract, I can't go any higher unless I arch my low back in order to raise that leg up higher. So little tiny things to look for. It's not always about how high you go, especially when certain muscles are tight or weak. All right, make your 90. You ready? Find where's that height for you. Keep the knees 90, keep them stacked. 2, just stopping before you hyperextend on back. You feel that top glute contracting. You come back to that hinge, 90, 6. There's 7, 8. You're working that bottom hip still, coming up and down. Last one, hold up, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Go ahead and take top leg, bring it in front, pull it to your opposite shoulder. So here's another stretch to keep those abductors from not getting too tight. So that one is called a side clam. I believe tomorrow or later this week, we are doing side leg raises. And that one's where the whole body is straight, doing a side leg raise. So a little bit of technique, but understanding how to change sides. Where's that stopping point before we start using the erectors? Do take a look. I sent in your newsletter a link. It's about a 24-minute video of Brett training with a competitor in the UK, I believe, and just going really into thorough detail on technique when it comes to lunges, squats, deadlifts. Where's the stopping point on reverse hyperextensions, rockers, and clams? So when you get a chance, dive through that a little bit. Sometimes other people can coach or cue things in a different way that might click for you compared to how I explain it. But it's all about editing in order to really hit those angles. All right, guys, that is day 4. And have a great day. I will see you tomorrow.